Hey everyone, it is Friday, April 15th, and welcome to Odds Wizard, where we bet for fun by betting together. We took the last couple days off of making picks, at least of making videos. I've been working like 10, 12-hour days all week, so I don't have time to film and work some days. But if you follow me on Twitter, I'll at least make a couple picks that we can follow as a group. And hopefully work slows down a little bit to where I can get back to doing this every single day, except Sundays. We have some really good picks for you today. We've got a couple baseball games. We've got an NBA game. I know personally I'm off work. Most of the people I know are off work. I might play a little golf today, and then I'm going to come home tonight, and I'm going to watch some sports. Those sports I'm going to be watching are 2 MLB games and 1 NBA game. I'm going to start with the MLB picks because the NBA game is a playoff game, and I kind of want to leave that for last. The first game I'm going to pick is the Giants, minus 1.5 runs at Cleveland. This is plus 105 odds. It's a 7 o'clock game. It's on MLB.tv if you have the streaming package, or if you live there, you're not blacked out, which is great. This is going to be a really good pitchers matchup. You've got Rodon versus Plesac. Rodon has been a beast when he's healthy. He can shut teams down literally for 6 or 7 innings at a minimum with 9 to 10 strikeouts. A great pick for your daily fantasy lineups tonight if you guys play DraftKings. Plesac, on the other side of the bump, is super hot or cold. He is either gives up 0 runs in 7 innings or gives up 5 runs in 3 innings, and there's not much in between lately. He kind of came out as a rookie and was really dominant, and he hasn't found that great consistency that he had before. He shows flashes of it, but he just hasn't been as consistent the last year or so. I hope he gets back to that form. He's a really fun kid to watch, but I'm going to have to take Rodon over Plesac in this one. Both teams are currently 4-2 as far as a holistic team view, so they're kind of a same matchup early in the season, or same record. The Giants have a really weird team makeup. Unlike other teams that have 3 or 4 really big stars, the Giants just have guys that are slightly above average at 1 through 9. It really threw me off for picks last year, and I'm hoping not that I don't get burned like I did before, because every time you look at their lineup, you're like, there's no way they can win this game, and they go out and they won 100 games last year. So the Giants are a very weird team for making picks. I don't want to get burned by them. The Guardians, on the other hand, are very top-heavy. They've got J. Ram, who's arguably one of the best players in baseball right now. If you play fantasy baseball, he's a top 3 guy right now. They also have the rookie Quan, who has been phenomenal so far. It'll be interesting to see how they do versus Rodon. But in the end, I have to go with the dominant pitcher just because they can shut down a game, kind of like in hockey, a dominant goalie. So we're going to take the Giants minus 1.5 runs at Cleveland on the road. So this is a big stretch for us, taking a team minus 1.5 runs on the road. But that's just kind of what my gut said this morning. My second pick is going to be something that a lot of you who know me are going to find weird. I am going to take the Cubs to beat the Rockies at plus 100. It's a game tonight, later game at 8:40. The reason I'm picking this is because I love the guy that's pitching for the Cubs. Marcus Stroman is the best pitcher under 6 foot tall. He's 5'7", 180, okay? Not a giant dude like you typically see pitchers today that are 6'4", 6'5", or taller. It seems like you have to be that tall to pitch today, but somehow Stroman does it without that. He is fiery. He is fun to watch. He is overconfident in a good way. And if you don't follow him on Twitter, you should. If you're a baseball fan, Marcus Stroman is a great follow because he gives incredible insight with a little bit of humor as well. On the other side, Marquez is pitching for the Rockies, and he's also pitched really well. The thing is, he pitches better on the road than at home, and everybody is that way with Colorado. I went back and looked at Stroman's stats, and his splits at Coors Field, he has a 1.8 ERA, but that can change any day, okay? Any mistake you make at this park is just going to get beaten down like a nerd in first grade, okay? You cannot make mistakes at Coors Field. I just feel like that Stroman is less likely to make a mistake than Marquez, which is why I picked the Cubs over the Rockies. The Cubs have a couple of good hitters that I did not expect this year. I expected the Cubs to have one of the worst teams in baseball. They got lucky in signing Suzuki, who actually lived up to his hype so far and has played really well. On the other side, you have Chris Bryant that is playing for the Rockies now, formerly the big name for the Cubs. They hosed him over on whenever he came up on his time in the big leagues, so they saved a lot of money on him and basically stole it from him and then traded him away. Oddly enough to San Francisco last year, and he went to Colorado as a free agent. Will he come out with a vengeance against the Cubs? Will he come out a man on the mission? I don't know. But it's definitely going to be a game within the game to watch tonight. So in a rare pick, I'm going to take the Cubs to upset the Rockies. I'm not going to pick the Cubs to win very often just because it hurts. But I can't pick against Stroman tonight. Our last pick, we're going to go to the NBA. Tonight we have 2 NBA games. We're going to pick one of them, but both are win or go home, okay? So if they don't win tonight, they are going home. I'm going to take a pick that's a little bit against what some of the experts are picking. I'm going to take the Hawks minus 2 points over the Cavs, and that's at minus 110. It's a 7:30 game on ESPN. It is at Cleveland. Picking a road team in the NBA playoffs is really, really tough to do. It's a tough thing to win, but I have to go with the strategy that's worked for me before. The Hawks came into the playoffs and won the majority of their games, something like 13 of 15 games coming into these play-in games. Cleveland limped into the playoffs, okay? They lost over half their games the last 2 weeks, okay? They played really well at home, Cleveland did, and this is a home game, but Cleveland did not play really well at home the last 2 weeks. I've always talked about riding the hot guy, and I can't give up on that now, and I feel like the Hawks right now are the hot guy that we have to ride. Trae Young is a really, really fun player to watch for the Hawks, and really, really dominant leader. I mean, he can really take over a game and win this single-handedly for Atlanta. On the other side, you've got Jared Allen, who's been pretty good for the Cavs this season, but has missed a lot of time. He's injured, and he's talking about coming to play tonight with a broken finger. That can either be a big win or a big loss for the Cavs, and you don't know. If he comes back too soon and plays injured and misses, say he shoots 1 for 10 from the field, the Cavs are going to lose. So he's going to come back and hurt his team rather than help his team. And he is a great player, okay? Nothing against him. I would probably do the same thing. But it's a big question mark tonight if an injured guy can come back and either help his team or hurt his team. So we are going to ride the hot guy. We're going to take the Hawks minus 2 points at Cleveland. And if I was really betting that game, I'm not. I'm in Florida. I can't legally bet it. I would probably take the Hawks minus 2.5. I'd bump it up to help the odds a little bit rather than risk a push on giving up 2 points. If you take all these picks and throw them in the cauldron, our odds are going to be plus 683 to hit all of these picks. Like I said, there's a lot of gut picks in here. A little bit of math. I tend to make a lot of picks based on math and who's doing well and more formulaically. Today, I went with a couple of gut picks just that I felt like we're going to win, so keep that in mind when placing your picks. Either way, I'm going to recap our picks. I have the Giants minus 1.5 at Cleveland. I've got the Cubs to beat the Rockies, also on the road, and the Hawks over the Cavs on the road. So I took 3 road teams today. That has not worked out great for me in the past, okay? But we are picking these games to have something to root for, to have a team to root for, and picking the best games that are going to be fun to watch, and these are the 3 best games tonight. Follow me on Twitter tonight as I pick these games. As I talk about it, it's going to be fun. We've got a long weekend, hopefully a lot of sleep in the morning so we can have some fun watching these games a little later at night. All right, either way, get involved, have fun, have a great Friday. We will see you all in the morning.